Hello everybody, welcome to another very exciting episode of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I'm your host, Uwe Gizmo, joined me by Massive Das
Hello, everyone.
and Mr. Xbox Live. All capitals on Xbox now, Grego. It's Mr. CW Lanky.
Hi, Dave.
So boys, another week, well I think 2 weeks have gone by, lots has happened. Pengles is having a happy day.
Yes.
I've still got an arm, I believe. We're almost back to full arm power.
Yeah.
So we can start throwing those haymakers, Pengi, let you know. But before we get to that, let's get to everyone's favourite part of the show. It's the Chris Pendelli news desk. Time for some news.
We have 13 items of news.
An actual baker's dozen.
It is.
Don't
News
worry, boys.
number-
I've fixed it. I've just gone through and changed all the Xboxes to all caps for you. Don't worry,
lads,
Pengi. I got you.
What? That's not right, though. What?
It is.
They changed the name
Oh.
today, Pengi. This is breaking news.
Right,
Xbox
so
changed their name from Xbox to Xbox. All caps.
Not all capitals.
Decided on a poll on Twitter. That's how we do things now.
Right, not even on Blue Sky.
Fuck
No.
Blue Sky, am I right?
But Pengi,
Fuck those pussies.
Pengi, let's get this show back on track. Pengi,
Yeah.
tell us about the news.
Item one. At midnight almost, Nintendo sent out an alert on the Nintendo Day app. In 10 minutes' time, we're having a Nintendo Direct for Star Fox, guys. And like I said, if it's like midnight our time, just get ready for your Direct. Is it about a 15-20 minute long Direct, Davey?
It was. I mean, I actually thought that the Nintendo UK site had been hacked, and it was some sort of weird AI trailer at first. Because I saw it on my like my subscriptions or whatever on YouTube, and it was like some really AI sandy woman be like, "In Star Fox, you fire your weapon," and I was like, well, "This just looks like the other game. This must be hard to check." But no, it turns out it was 15 to 20 minutes of brand new quote unquote Star Fox goodness.
Yes, you use brand new quote unquote because we're getting a remake yet again of Star Fox 64. Dave.
Never heard of Star Fox 64, Pengi. If you mean Lilac Wars on the N64,
Yes.
then I think Craig knows what we're talking about now.
Yes, Craig does know what we're talking about now. Lilac Wars is coming back again, just Star Fox. So you're going to have Star Fox brackets 2026, I guess, is closed brackets.
We're in the
as
Doom
titles,
2016 era of Star Fox.
and the God of War 2018 era, Star
Yeah.
Fox 2026. Craig, what's your thoughts? Did you watch this, seeing that you have most probably played Lilac Wars, seeing you own a cartridge of it? Obviously, you've not played the other remakes since then of that game.
Well, I actually haven't Pilot Wars, Pengi, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know why I have that. I don't know if it came with the that random N64 me and my brother bought. But the N64 we just bought to play Mario Kart 64, and that was that. So it's there, it exists, but I never played it.
Okay.
So I went into this having never played a Star Fox / Lilac Wars game. You know, thinking, oh, okay, this could be cool to see what they're doing on the Switch 2 with this. We played. What was that flying game that me and you played? It was on Game Pass, Pengi. It was really good.
Chorus, wasn't it?
Chorus?
Chorus,
Chorus?
Yeah, cool.
Something like that?
Yeah.
That was great. That's the only flying game I've ever played before, and I love that shit.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, oh, so, because that was pretty dark, and, and I wasn't expecting quite that, but then they showed this. Obviously, started off with saying that it's a remake of the 64 game, which didn't exactly, get me start me on a great foot. I did think the character designs do look pretty wooden, if I'm honest. Pretty wooden, pretty strange.
Craig, on the characters, do you think they look like that? And I've seen some theories because Nintendo showed off their game chat feature.
Yes, a
of
1
this.
billion%.
And obviously that tracks your eyes, your mouth, your nose, and everything. So Fox McCloud has to look like this to be able to track your face, Craig, when you're talking to us as Fox, because we know you want to be a furry.
Yes, I do. Deep down, absolutely. Yeah, I do. I think that's completely why. I don't think it helped at all that they showed the clip from the movie with Fox McCloud in it, and it looked like beautiful, and because it was a proper Disney movie and all that, and then they showed this, and you're like, oh, that looks last gen or something like that. And then they were showing it, and I was like, it's like the remake of it. But I went into kind of, I'm. Dave's been saying before how I've just been quietly playing a lot of games on my old Switch too. Been
you
thoroughly
are missing Nintendo.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed quietly going. I don't. It takes me quite a while to get through a game because I only play little bits and bobs of them here and there. But I'm quite enjoying it, and it was a new Nintendo game. This could be one that I get. And I went into it, and I was saying I watched this, and I was like, I rule it out completely. But I did go into it, coming out of it, feeling a bit like underwhelmed a little bit. I'll be honest with you, a little bit like, oh, okay, that's not what I went into this thinking we were going to be getting. I thought it was going to be some sort of really new, really shiny, really interesting looking game. It just looked, I don't know. Yeah, I guess like a new coat of paint on the old game, which I guess is cool. But I also I get that old game is probably like a few hours long.
Yes,
And,
but obviously you have multiple paths and different systems you can go.
Yeah,
through.
I get that.
And obviously in this one they've got cutscenes and stuff which you didn't have back in the day. So I'm guessing if you go A to B, that's one cutscene. But if you go A to C, that's another cutscene. If you go B to C, different cutscenes or something. So you could have the replay value there. And there's also a challenge mode where if you can do whatever level, and you can post your rank, and you can compete against your friends and stuff, and all that good stuff. And the online multiplayer, of course, is where they obviously using that game chat face thingy, Davey.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think the problem with Star Fox and some of the Nintendo games is they had one good idea a long time ago, and they don't really know how to develop it. Because every time they've tried with Star Fox, it just hasn't been as good as if you think about Assault and you think that Avengers was just Dinosaur Planet, right? But I think for what this is, it's fine. It's just very old game design. Like, it's all about replaying and doing different routes and high scores and stuff, which obviously is not quote-unquote what modern games are. Whether you like that or not is entirely up to you. But right. But yeah, I think for the price, I think it's absolutely fine. I think it's just another part of the library, right? It's just one of those that if you like this type of game, $41.99, it's not too bad in 2026 for a first party game. It's got multiplayer and online multiplayer and stuff, so that's cool. But yeah, it's one of those that if you like Star Fox, I think you will like this game. If you don't like Star Fox, I don't think it's going to change your mind, if that makes sense. So, but it's a cool addition to the library. It's better than not having a Star Fox game, right? But yeah, I think most people want a bit more of a sequel, whether this is a reboot or just an excuse to get people familiar with stuff again, because there was a second game rumoured, wasn't there? It was more like Adventures, but I thought it looked fine. It's not one that I would ever take on Fantasy Critic. It feels like a swimming in sevens type of game.
I'm really interested how it reviews, because obviously it is. Will it get knocked back? Because some people will say it's a 2-hour game and it's not worth 42 quid.
Yeah.
But then other people will do. Well, I've done all the routes and I've done all the high score and I've got 25 hours out of this game and I haven't even touched multiplayer because it's a review code and the game's not out, sort of thing.
Yeah, the length thing's a funny one though, right? Because it's disingenuous, I think, for reviewers who know about the 25-year-old game to be like, oh, it's 2 hours long. Like, you know what the type of game is.
Yeah. But you say that's people about, up and comer new YouTubers. And,
kids, children, Pengi. Call them what they are.
A 20-year-old reviewing that has no idea or whatever about Star Fox.
Yeah, I think just to add on what Dave was saying about if you like Star Fox, it's probably for you. I feel like this is more of like this is for the people who played Star Fox before, as opposed to like a new instead of like it being aimed to like me, like the new audience. I almost feel like this is more for like your Jeff Grubbs, your Mike Minardi's, your people who are maybe like 5 to 10 years older than us.
Mm-hmm.
and they were there for it back in the day. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, which is odd because I feel like this is like the big opportunity to get like someone like me, into it, like the new audience.
yeah, because I think what they want is children, right? I think that's why I
Yeah.
think if they decided to make the characters look like the movie, or if they made the game cell shaded or something, that might have worked better. Again, be interesting to see how it does because it'll either hit the audience we think it will hit, and it will get that 1 to 2 million Kirby Air Rider number, which is just old people like us that remember the old days, or it does, hit a nerve and suddenly kids love it because of whatever. I can't see it. It's because it's such an old game design type of game. But again, it's short, so maybe that's what people like. But yeah, it's cool that it's back, but it's one of those. It's that kind of monkey paw. It's back, but kind of jobby.
Yeah.
What about you, Pengi? What do you think?
It's a tough one because I do like Star Fox. I've played quite a few of these remakes, reboot of it. My favourite Star Fox is actually Star Fox Adventures, which isn't really Star Fox. It's Dinosaur Planet with a Star Fox character plate. It's kind of like a Zelda game. But I just think the price is a little bit too much. And especially you know how I play games. Like, I do the story. Like, am I going to do the challenge mode and try to beat Dave's scores or whatever? No. So I'm like, to me, it's like, oh, here's all the movies, like especially on Nintendo games, you can see like Retro Prime, you can see like all the different movies and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I'm missing these ones because they didn't do this route and stuff like that. But apart from that, I don't know how much I would get out of the game for 42 quid or whatever. So yes, a bit of a different one. Maybe wait for a sale, but then it's a Nintendo game and they never really go on sale.
It feels like it's Kirby Air Riders for you, Pengi. Where you're going to buy it and then sell it a day later, 2 days later.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
65 quid. At least this is 42.
Yeah, I think this is what we talked about last week, though. I think Mario Tennis was the last attempt at trying to get a smaller game for 70 quid. They've realised that you can't, so that's why they're doing the £42 or £50 for a physical thing. Like, you think Splatoon Raiders is the same, Yoshi's slightly cheaper as well, so I think that I kind of feel like that's their method. I think Yoshi's only more expensive than this because it's in Unreal Engine and they've had to pay the license. But
Yeah, and I'm expecting Yoshi to be about. I'm going to say it's going to be about 8 hours long, maybe 10 something.
maybe
That's
it's difficult,
quite
isn't it? Because it's one of those games. If you're good at those games, they can be 4 hours long.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, let's move on to number 2, Pengi.
Sticking with Nintendo and talking about things coming back, pricing increases. The Switch 2 is going up from the. Well, it's up already in Japan, but in Europe it's going up in September 1st by €30, in the United States by $50, and in Australia $70. We don't have a price in the UK, but it is going up on the 1st of September. Yay, Dave.
Well, video games in 2026, Pengi. But $30, €30, I don't think is too bad, and the fact that they've given such a 4-month window.
Yes.
And they have, as I said, the bit I added is they came out and basically apologised for doing it, and that their promise is to make a robust software lineup to add value to the console. But it screams to me like the cost of transporting parts around because of certain wars in certain countries and certain tariffs from that same country are probably what's causing stuff like this. But like I said, they were the last ones to go, right? Everyone else has already done it. We knew this was going to happen. I would say if you want a Switch 2, I would get it sooner rather than later because I don't think this will be the end of the price increases.
I was gonna say, I think I saw a statement saying like this doesn't actually cover like all the costs, but obviously they won't make it back on software, and like there still could be more increases. Craig.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the weird we've talked about a lot, and the weird part of gaming where you are just better off buying straight away now.
Yeah.
As opposed to waiting because it's just stuff just doesn't seem to go down at all. If not, it just keeps getting more expensive. So yeah, it's an odd one, but I think Switch 2s are pretty readily available, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're hard to get hold of. So if you are like sat there and you're like, oh, I kind of want a Switch 2, but I don't know whether I should or not, then at least you can kind of probably see that they are going to go up. And I'd imagine if I go onto Amazon right now, I can literally just get one delivered tomorrow. I can.
They think they got it on sale as well at the moment. Amazon, or they did. Have
385.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now.
it's
So
about
yeah.
15 quid cheaper. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they've kind of planned for this because they've got a couple bundle options. I know they're doing a Pocopia bundle um, worldwide, and in America they're doing a buy the console, pick a game bundle, which they used to do on Wii U, if you remember, Pengi.
Yes.
But yeah, I think in America it's the normal base console, and then you pick one of 6
Yeah.
games, I think.
For
Digital codes.
$500,
Yeah.
which the base console is going to be from September.
Yeah.
$500. So if you get it now, you're basically getting a free game.
Yes.
If you get it now, so
Yeah.
especially if you pick Mario Kart, well, obviously that's the more expensive one of the free games as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's one of those things. Maybe one day we'll have a wider discussion about: is this going to cause previous gens to hang on more going forward? Because I think we're only going to get more expensive, aren't we? Like Craig said, if you don't buy it day one, it's going to go up. But if a day one Helix and PS6 are £800, is it even worth it when your PS5 and your Xbox Series X works completely fine for a couple more years, right? But
Yeah.
that's a bigger discussion for.
Well, I was
another
going
day.
to say to Craig, I've not asked Deirdre in work about this because obviously we know you want to switch to for Pokemon Winston and Waves. But obviously that's quite a while out. But obviously he gets to switch to now. He's going to be saving some money, Craig.
Yeah, although he's kind of he's completely died because he didn't get obviously ZA either. I don't think
No.
so. Like he has like moved completely away from console now. In fairness,
Mm,
That PC
he's
boy.
everything you want to be, Pengi. He is just a PC man.
yes, just a PC man. And I guess we're all going to have to buy our PS6s day one as well, because
God.
otherwise we'll be paying £1,000 after a year or something instead of £800.
Just don't do it on your dodgy website again, Pengi. God.
I don't. Shot 2 wasn't really dodgy. It's
I mean,
not
it's
their
traditionally
fault.
been dodgy for you, Pengi. Like, it's not
Mm.
it's not the only
It's all-
occurrence of it being dodgy. It's happened a
But it's
couple
not
times.
even. Yeah, but it's not even like other sites. I remember I got my ROG from like Curry's, and that was broken. Or I got a shop. Yeah.
Maybe
not
it's just
good.
you,
Don't-
Pengi. Maybe it's just you.
Maybe it's maybe it's just, hey, I've never had a problem until like this sort of like gen.
Poor Pengi.
Yeah. Poor Pengi. Next one. We had a little Xbox showcase thing. We had The Stranger Than the Heaven presents Craigie, and we found out this is actually like a prequel to the Yakuza series as well.
This was so good. This looked even better than I hoped it would. This looked great. Like you said, they said it's a prequel to Yakuza. They explained a lot more stuff. They explained like the time periods and all that a lot more. I assumed it was in the same city, and the time periods were just jumping in that city. You're going to see that city like every decade or whatever. So they actually explained that you're going to different cities every decade, and you're following these two main characters throughout like the course of their lives. By the sound of it. Snoop Dogg's in there as some smuggler guy with a boat.
Yeah, I did
They
giggle
showed
when
off
I
the-
saw Snoop Dogg. I'll be honest. I was like, what? Why is Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, I was expecting
Set
that.
in the 1600s, we got Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, they showed off the combat, which looked really interesting. Where you're controlling each half of the body, so you can block with one arm and then punch with the other. But you do it by pressing like a bumper to use the left arm to block, and then you could kick him maybe with the right trigger. That's how it works. That seemed pretty cool and innovative for the Yakuza. And the combat in general just seemed a bit more like cinematic, a bit more visceral. Yeah, I thought this was a really, really strong showcase for this game. If they hadn't said before, they did say it was Game Pass, right, as well.
Yes.
So I can't remember if that was announced before. And they did give a release window, right? They said it was this winter,
Mhm.
which could be what? You'd be thinking that's the start of next year, right?
Yeah, because that would be December, January, February.
Yeah. You can't imagine it's going to come out right at the end of December. So you would thought I would, if I was betting, I would say like February next year.
It's usually end of January, start of Feb, right? That they put a game out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of when Pirate Yakuza came out, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
And I think Like a Dragon did as well. Infinite Wealth did as well.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But yeah, I thought this looked brilliant. If I wasn't already sold on this game, Pengi, I am now. It looked great. It's shot up. It's one of the most anticipated of. If we're just going to assume it's going to be next year, definitely. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, same as you. Like you said it already. I think it looks really good. Looks like an interesting take on a game series we all love, and obviously they've just put out 3 which people didn't like quite as much. So I think this will get everyone back in Team ROG Studios. But yeah, it looks good. What about you, Pengi?
Yeah, it looks good. What I saw of the game, and obviously, so actually, other news today, like the game doesn't have like a Japanese dub or an English dub; it's bilingual and stuff. So depending who you're talking to, and in like which era and stuff you're talking and things. So that's
Oh, I didn't
interesting.
realise that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs
'cause
did that as well. So just make a note, Craig.
Yeah. Because the character you play as grew up in the US and moved back to Japan, so obviously he speaks English and Japanese. But obviously, I guess in 1930 Japan's not many people were speaking English, so that. But then later on, obviously, it would change. So that is quite an interesting take I saw, or thing they're doing there. But unless obviously Dave said Sleeping Dogs has done that already.
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs would do the thing where the characters would all speak either English or what's the Mandarin, I think.
Mandarin, yeah.
Yeah, and it would like interchange and it would sub accordingly. Like on the bottom, so you'd be in English and they'd say some words in speaking to like one character's mum that didn't speak English. They all spoke Mandarin to her and then English elsewhere, but it wasn't like a pick English setting. It's an innovative game, Craig. You need to get on it.
Maybe one day.
One day. One day. There's not enough time, not enough games, or too many games, not enough time and stuff to get play Sleeping Dogs. Sorry, Dave. But people did play Sleeping Dogs, Dave. I don't know how well it did. It must have done quite well. And it's actually done better than Saros because analysts have reported it's only sold 300,000 copies in its first few weeks on sale. With obviously the PS5 93.7 million install base, baby.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. I think Returnal did about 2.3 in the end, right?
In the end, apparently it did 500,000 in its opening 2 weeks.
Yeah.
On an 8 million install base. Now you think the 8 million people, especially that time of PS5, basically just wanted games. You could have put out Garfield Kart and it would actually just sold quite well because there was nothing else to play, sort of thing. Where there's obviously lots of games to play now on your PS5.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think a niche genre that's £70, it was kind of always going to be slow. If getting back to the Star Fox discussion, if Saros was $49.99, I would dare say being a PlayStation exclusive with a lot of marketing and an actor as the main actor in the game, I think it would probably deserve to be better. It's well reviewed. People seem to like it that have bought it, but I'm not that surprised, to be completely honest with you. I don't think it's much more difficult on PlayStation and Xbox to make a new IP anyway, and then when it's quite a niche genre, it's basically a sequel to a quite niche game. I think it's always going to be a struggle. I just hope that it doesn't discourage them from making more games like this, because it's cool to have games like this. But yeah, I think £70 was probably the big reason why it's not double that, I reckon. But what do you think, Grego?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is so hard to sell games for £70 right now. Because it is just the wild west out there for game prices at this point, right? You've got Pragmata releasing around at 50. Was Hollow Knight Silksong £20 or something last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got like massive games releasing at all sorts of prices. Like non-stop, like Game of the Year, Claire Obscure last year. That was a quote-unquote budget title, right? Was that 45, 50, something like that?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah. I think when you stamp £70 out as your price, I just think people just look at that and then look around at everything else and just, it's such a big jump. So I think when Returnal launched near the start of the PS5, like you say, Pengi said there was less choice, and I almost feel like it was a little bit more uniform than it is now. Whereas now people are it's just all over the place, and I think when you're going in at that top smackaroo price point, I think it is just going to be really hard to shift games, especially as a new IP. in a bit of a niche. I know roguelikes are popular amongst the hardcores and that, but in a bit of like a niche kind of genre. One of the big selling points I know is Raoul Cooley. I know we know who Raoul Cooley is, but there's, as Pengi always says, there's little Jimmy. Of course he doesn't. So yeah, I just think that price point is brutal.
I saw
And I don't
something
know what the answer is for them, because I'm guessing they
today.
feel they need to make it that price point to make their money. So it's
I saw
difficult.
today something like 50% of I think it was on the pure Xbox. 50% of hardcore gamers don't buy games at $70 or something like that was the thing.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, sort of thing. I think it's a tough one because if you go to Capcom, you use Pragmata, where they were selling that for 50, Monster Hunter for 55, but obviously Resident Evil, a very well-established IP, at 65. And then I'm going to jump to news like Pragmata, a brand new IP, we charge 50 quid for it. So a budget title in 2026 terms sells 2 million copies. But would it have sold 2 million copies at 65 quid like Resident Evil? Most probably not.
No, that's where
Yeah,
PlayStation
exactly.
needs to be sensible, because like I know it's a 70 billion pound budget game, but if you think they've just put out Marathon for 35, and that's on multiplayer, I think that's sold just under 2 million so far.
Yes.
So you think, if you want to build Saros and Housemarque into a marquee studio, I think you kind of need to subsidize it a little bit, especially if it's not a sequel. It's just really difficult because they need to make their money back, otherwise the studios get closed, which we don't want. But like Craig said, like, do you go into, not you go into a shop, you go online and you're trying to buy a game. Most games are about 10% cheaper, right? I mean, all of us have found all the games Pengi listed, none of us paid full price for. But when
No.
you're paying £42 for Pragmata and £49 for Resident Evil, and then Saros is 65, even us, like if the three of us, only Pengi's bought it, as an example, right? So it's like, if that had been £50, I know the genre's not ideal, but we'd be more likely to try it. Like it's supposed to be more story based. It's got, like I said, it's got an actor we know. It's a PlayStation exclusive. But yeah, like Craig said, I think it's a difficult sell. And again, you got to remember as well, we're in a massive recession at the moment. People don't have any money. Returnal came out in the midst of COVID when everyone was gaming and had nothing better to do. So like, of course that sold better, right? But yeah, I think there's too many games. I think Capcom alone is putting out so many games that why would you spend £65 on something you're not sure about? Like, I don't know, has Saros got a demo, Pengi? Because I feel like that would have been,
No, it
again,
hasn't got
because
a demo.
Capcom does a really good job of. Like, Pragmata's demo had like 4 million plays or something silly, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like you know what I mean?
Monster
Like,
Hunter Stories has got a demo which you obviously continue. Resident Evil didn't have a demo, but I think again it's like it's
Resident
a
Evil, don't you? Yeah.
you know Resident
Yeah.
Evil. You established it again is why they commercially charge 65. It'd be interesting what Capcom sells Onimusha for because it is a I know the IP. I played the IP back on PS2, but Craig, you were like. Onimusha, what the hell is that? Like, are they going to charge 65 for Onimusha, or is that going to be slightly cheaper from Capcom?
Yeah, that will be interesting.
It
I feel like
needs
it
a
would be
demo.
like you say 50. I feel, but
It needs a demo. That's one of those. Like, if that game has a demo and it's really, really good, and it's £65, it's more likely. And again, like we said, when it's £65, you find it 10% cheaper. So when it's £59, it's not so hard to stomach, right? But yeah, what about you, Penk? So obviously you've got Saros. Have you finished Saros?
Oh yeah, I finished that Saros.
Yeah.
We'll
So
come back to Saros in the play section.
Okay.
Yes. Talking of sales numbers, obviously Pragmata sold 2 million. Subnautica 2 has just come out. The whole game where it's like they sacked the devs and got the devs back on, and then they said it's coming out in May, craft on, and the devs didn't know. And it is out now in early access. We discussed it last week because it was in main games. It sold 2 million in 12 hours, Craig.
that is big money, isn't it? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on over 400,000 concurrents or something like that on Steam as well.
Yeah.
It is very much a PC game, and yeah, those people love it, and yeah, it's done very well, and it's like there's a lot of these success stories of like sequels to these like beloved indie games, isn't there, at the moment? when
Yeah,
they come out.
obviously this one is in like early access. It is on Xbox, I believe, in Game Preview, as it's called in Xbox, as well, and it's in Game Pass. But yeah, the PC people have turned up on Steam for it.
Yeah, yeah, actually, like they did for Hollow Knight, and yeah, it's a a lot of these indie games having these big sequels doing very very well.
Mm, yeah. Any interest in it, Davey?
Oh no, absolutely not. But I will add on to the sales numbers there. I just saw that Crimson Desert has made, as of last month, 5 million sales as
Nice.
well. So to go on to that. So again, people buy certain games whether they review well or not, right? But I think it's
Mm,
almost got to go viral now, right?
yeah, yeah, that's a thing. Next news items. We got the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games for May. They will be going live on May 19th. That's on Tuesday. So on Extra, I think Extra is a pretty decent month, but I feel we've played a lot of these games. So you got Star Wars Outlaws, Red Dead Redemption 2, Bramble the Mountain King, I don't even know how you pronounce that, Dave.
Thaumaturge.
Yeah, that one. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Broken Sword, The Shadow of Templars, Reforged, and Entria, The Last Song. I don't know what that game is. I know what the other one is. I don't know what this is. This is like some sort of Souls-like on the mania. Yeah, so that's the extra games. Anything there for you, Davey? Be a bit like me.
Probably
Good
not.
month, but we've played the two
Yeah,
big
like
ones.
maybe Broken Sword. I haven't played Broken Sword in decades, but that would be about it,
Mm.
I think, for the extra.
Mm. And Craigie, you?
Um, Again, probably not. Red Dead Redemption 2 is phenomenal, but I've already played it. Bramble the Mountain King is very very good as well, but I've
I was
already
gonna say,
played that.
did you play Bramble or not? Because I played it
Yeah,
after Deirdre told me to play it. Deirdre told me to play it. I played it, and it's like, yeah, this is actually quite good.
yeah, it is very good. I think I played it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And Star Wars Outlaws I own physically, I think, as part of the backlog challenge. So it's probably nothing for me there, but there's some good stuff there, definitely.
Mm. And then premium, you just got Time Crisis. That's it. You got one game for premium.
The cool
That I
thing
doubt
about
none of us.
this, Pengi, is that you can use the gyro.
Yes.
So you can. It's a light gun game, Craig. If you don't, if you remember Time Crisis from arcades back in the day,
Yes,
from
yeah.
Hollywood Bowl and Taunton. But yeah, you use the controller's gyro on PS4 and PS5 to aim, because obviously you don't have a light gun. So that's quite cool. It's just a shame that it's an Namco game and doesn't have trophies, because I would be
Do not
so
play.
down to play Time Crisis for trophies. That would be fun as hell. Like me and Chloe
Mm.
would probably sit there and play it like we were in an arcade, to be honest with you, because those games are fun in two-player.
Yeah. Yeah. You could do that. You could do that. Next news item. Moss, one of the best VR games you can play. I played the first one on PSVR 1. I played a bit of the second one on Quest. I actually own the second one on PlayStation. PSN. I never played it on my PSVR 2, but I did play something on Quest. Um, like I said, the first one did finish. One of the best PSVR 1 games. It's coming to the flat screen. Don't need VR anymore. It's coming to PS5, your Xbox Series, your Switch 2, your PC. They're combining both games into one seamless bundle, Davey.
Yeah, real strange one, because the Moss is a game I've always wanted to play. But obviously I've never really had um, the sort of capabilities to do it. But it's like coming to very strange platforms. So like it's coming to, like I said, Switch 2, PS5, Series S, X and S, and PC via Steam. It's also coming to Switch 1, but not
Yeah.
coming to PS4 or Xbox One, where I feel like PS4 would have been a sensible move. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, because again, like you played this on one of our very, very early episodes when you got the VR, and you're
Yeah.
basically like above the character and you kind of point them around,
Yeah.
don't you? So I don't know how that's going to work as a. There is a
Yeah, this
trailer, so
is
I could watch it, I suppose, but that would be doing
yeah,
my
this
due diligence, wouldn't it, Krieger?
this is the thing. I think this game is going to lose loads being in VR because it's like a platformer. You think Mario, you think Astro Bot. Well, obviously they had a VR one, and that you're moving cool around in the thing, and obviously you're the camera. And instead of using a right stick, you're using your your head as the camera, but you're also like moving your your body around like to look underneath like bridges or whatever, sort of thing, and you can like direct and move things as well. Cause, in the world, I guess this is going to put it to the right stick on the thing, but I think it's just going to be like come across as more of like a generic platformer. I don't know if it will hold up as good as it did in VR, if that makes sense, Craig.
Yeah, I think you probably are going to be right, because I know this is one that the VR bros always speak highly of, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'm watching it now, and like you say, it does just kind of look a bit generic, and we've seen it all before, kind of thing when you're just watching it normally.
Yeah, so I'm
Um,
guessing you're gonna have to control the character then, right? That would
yeah,
have to be the
looks
Yeah,
change.
like
you
it.
you used to control Quill anyway. You used to left stick and stuff to Quill, and you would like the camera and move your head around like the body, the environment, and
Yeah.
you got like that depth and stuff. Obviously, being in VR, and you could like look around and like, oh, there's an enemy behind this tree or something which you can see because
Mm,
you've moved your head around, the tree.
yeah.
It's like you're just gonna move the camera with the right stick or something
I
and
feel
make
like
that go
this is
around the
going to be
place.
best on Switch 2 with a touchscreen, right? On handheld. I feel like that might
Yeah,
be the
yeah,
best way
that could
around
work.
of the
Yeah.
options. I'm watching the
Mm.
trailer now, like Craig as well. Yeah, very strange one, but hopefully it sells because they're both fun games.
Yeah, and I think the studio's in a bit of a financial troubles as well, so I'm guessing that's why they're putting this out as well.
Oh
Well, they
no.
have. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, what a surprise! Like, how many people be buying VR games in
Just you,
2020?
Pengi. Just
Yeah,
you.
and I'm not even buying VR games. I'm not even buying VR games. So there we go. Next news items. Resident Evil Requiem got an update, Craig. Leon Must Die Forever mode is available out. Have you played it?
No, what actually is it, Pengi? Explain it
It's
to me.
like it's like a roguelike mode.
Ah, fuck off.
So you start at like level 1 and you can move up to like level 20, and you're trying to chase Gideon down, and they've reworked like areas of the campaign. You start always in the street at the start of the game as Leon, and it like mixes it up, and you pick up different weapons and I guess health packs and stuff to like level up Leon, and they change and stuff in a roguelike set type deal to get to Gideon at the end, and you got to be like level 20, I think, at the end. Yeah.
Absolutely not for me, then.
Not for you. Not even gonna give it a try. It's free. Free.
Nope.
There could be some trophies for it. I don't know. I don't know
Nah,
how
I'm good.
he's good. Hey, Dave, you ain't even got Resident Evil Requiem,
No.
let alone trying the free Leon Must Die Forever mode.
Yeah, so that's a pass from your boy,
I
Pengi.
guess it's called that because you die, you come back, and you've got different layouts and
I
stuff
think
like
you might have
that.
deciphered the subtle pun, Pengi.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's the subtle pun. There you go. But what will cheer Craig up? Most probably not playing the game, but it will help him out on Fantasy Critic. Because finally, Mina the Holler is coming out. It's coming out the 29th of May, Craig.
Yes, and people have actually played it, right? So we
Yes.
believe this is a thing now, right?
Yes, yes.
And that's not far away either, right? So finally, I'm going to get some points to this game, boys,
Yeah.
which is the main thing. Because I need those points, because fantasy's looking tight at the moment. Tight like a tiger.
Yeah.
So I need this to come out and do well and get me some points. Is there a demo for this on something? Is it on Switch
Right.
too?
So the demo is weird. So the demo originally was on Switch 2.
Yeah.
And it was a Switch 2 exclusive demo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they turned up in a state of play. I don't know. Let's say 3 months later. And then we got an exclusive PSN demo, and the Switch demos like disappeared. So I think the only demos on PSN at the moment. I don't think even demo on Steam. I think it's only on PSN at the moment. The demo, which is kind
Are
of
either of
odd
you
doing exclusive demos, but you know.
have either of you actually tempted to play this? It's like a retro throwbacky sort of thing.
Yeah, I am. I played the demo when it came to Switch 2, and it has that kind of classic Game Boy Zelda feel, but like a bit more adventure-y. I think it will be a pretty fun game. If you're in the mood for something retro, but with like the classic Yacht Club modern twist. I think it's gonna review really well. From what I played of it, I think people will like it. But yeah, it's coming out at the end of the month. I don't believe it's full price. I believe it's $20. So
Yes,
that's
it's 20.
probably about £18, £16, depending on the
I
platform.
wonder if the
It's
I
always
wonder if the
cheaper on
price is.
Steam. So if you want it on Steam, it'll be
I was
cheaper.
gonna
But
say, how much is the price on Steam?
I believe it's just a wish list on all of them at the
Yeah, it's
moment.
just a wish
Yeah,
list. You can wish list it right now.
yeah,
It's
Craig,
coming
get
out
that
in
wish
12
list. It's
days.
coming to Mac as well, so I know if you know.
There is no demo on Steam, so yeah, the demo
No.
is most probably is exclusive to PSN, which as I said,
Yes,
so yeah.
but yeah, I'm pretty interested, Craig. What about you, Pengi?
It's an odd one because I'm now watching the stuff now, like the cutscenes are cool and it's like nice and colourful. But I could just play Oracle of Ages or Oracle of Seasons, couldn't I?
Oh,
So
you could play it on your Switch too. But if you want to play a new game you haven't played,
yeah, but I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to be playing it. To be honest,
there we go.
I'm interested in how it's reviews for the Fantasy Critic.
Do you reckon it's gonna be hard as dicks?
No, there's
It
loads
could
of
be.
accessibility things. And when I mean accessibility, I don't mean like easy mode. It's like things like you can play it hard as dicks, but you can also have it where there's a checkpoint before every boss and all that kind of stuff. It's very robust. So if you want to play it like a Souls bro, you can. If you just want to play it like a video game, you also can. And it's not like the actual game isn't different. It's more just like, okay, well there's checkpoints here, auto saves, etc. If that makes sense.
Interesting.
No, okay, interesting. Is it coming to Game Pass?
No.
No, I just had weird this video is coming to Game Pass, but it's like that's the only place that hasn't really shown up.
Yeah, it's got
Uh,
marketing literally everywhere but Xbox. So it'd be funny if it
mm,
did come to Game Pass, but yeah. Again, Yacht Club make good games, right? So other than annoying Craig by being delayed all the time.
yeah, yeah. And also, I guess once we know the score, I know what Denshak Attack has got a score, which is my next my next game on Fantasy, which isn't out until June.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Next is like a bit of a thing. Xbox. I always want to go shout Xbox now because this is all capitals. It's had a big achievement update, Craigie. So on the old console, you now get a little badge for your gamer score. It's got a G and it's got different, I don't know what you call it, like icons around it, and it's got like little dots. So I got two little dots because I got 200,000 plus gamer score on my badge. Have you got your badge now, Craig?
I assume so. Yeah, I didn't actually look earlier. Have a
Yeah,
look.
it's on your profile, Craig. It's on your
So,
profile.
Yeah.
that's that, and obviously you've got yours, Davey.
I do.
And also, that's an update on that of achievements. But on PC, where I'm playing Xbox, achievements used to pop up in the right-hand corner as a little square box, sort of thing. Blue, well, maybe you could change the color, but it's always blue and white box in the corner, a square box, and kind of like completely different to what you'd got on Xbox and stuff like that. You now got exactly the same as what it is on Xbox. It is blue. Maybe I got my default profile as blue instead of like green. My achievements pop up in the bottom of the thing. It is like the long, the curves at the end and thing, and it's got the proper like Xbox achievement badge logo and the diamond because you're unlocking rare achievements, especially the game I'm playing on thing. It's the same now. I now have the same achievement pop up as it is on console. And they can also hide games now on PC as well. So if anything was zero, you can actually hide anything apparently now. But anything was zero, if any the zero ones, you can actually hide now, like you could on console. So we're now the same. And obviously Xbox also got a new startup animation as well, which I'm guessing has got Xbox in capitals on startup animation, Dave.
It's the new logo.
Okay.
The green logo thing.
Well, I don't get that because I'm playing on PC, so I don't get
You don't.
startup.
You don't get a star. There's probably a way to mod it on, right?
Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, my achievements now look the same as yours, guys, in this update, so that's nice. Instead of just getting a Windows box pop up and going, you've unlocked a 5G, and it's not really Xboxy, it's more like Windowsy sort of thing. But yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fun
it's
times.
all part of their big rebranding that they're doing, right? The get the fans back on side, get the hardcore back on side. So it's good that they're continuing to do stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to take a lot more to get people back where they want, but I think they've made a good start. Wouldn't you agree, Craigo? They're kind of doing what people want them to do. It's small wins every now and then.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff where you just think, well, why didn't they do this a long time ago? Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? This just makes sense, right? Which is good to see, but like you say, it's gonna take a lot more than that to turn the fortunes around, right?
Mm.
Hmm.
The only thing with the little badges thing, like I obviously you look closely, I got the two little stars, and if you got, so I got 200,000. If you got 100,000, you got one star. For like maybe make that a little bit clearer, or go like put 200,000 plus, because you got to really look at it. That's the only thing I'll change with the new badge icons, but I do like I've now got achievements popping up. When I was playing mixtape, and like sometimes they didn't even pop up properly and stuff on PC, or you missed them. But now it's like, yeah, it's coming up properly. That's actually makes achievements slightly more fun. Um, we're going to move over to Sega next for a news thing. So we're going to talk about the financial things. We've got some interesting things from Sega. The Super Game has been cancelled, Dave.
It was always going to happen, Pengi. It was always going to happen.
Also, they're not really bothering with live service games anymore.
Wonderful news.
Wonderful news. And what we're getting from Sega, they've got 10 games. And this is only announced games. They got Stranger to Heaven coming, which is just winter 2026, so that would make it in December. But yeah, we're all going to go. It's coming next year, isn't it? Just can't see it being December, but you never know. So we're all keen on that from Sega.
Hmm.
We got Persona 4 Revival,
Yeah, that'll be next year.
which I think it's next year. Well, Craig will hope it's this year, and I get much negative points in fantasy credit, but the animation studio in their financial says it's coming next year. So that's that. We got Total War Warhammer 40k, which could play on
Hmm.
PC. Yeah, no. Total War Medieval 3, not so keen on that. I don't think anyone's keen on that. The new Virtual Fighter. I think we're most probably, maybe not you, Craig, but me and you, Dave, keen for the new Virtual Fighter.
Absolutely.
Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, and Alien Isolation. So I think Sega's got a pretty decent lineup there. I think only really the only one I don't care about is Medieval 3. All the rest I'm pretty keen on, and I'm guessing you two are both keen on nearly everything there. Maybe apart from those odd PC games and Virtual Fighter for you, Craig.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see because obviously we had Shinobi last year, right? Which I don't think any of us has played, which is a bloody crime, really. Because I'm watching it now; it looks so good.
Hmm.
That's the only one we've really seen anything of those like big revival games, right? That they announced
Yeah.
all in one go. Summer Game Fest or whatever it was years ago. So it will be very exciting to see more of like the crazy taxis and the golden axes and stuff like that that they also announced at the same time. Which you think we probably will be seeing them fairly soon, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
We got
But yeah,
Summer
we do need
Game
to go back
Fest.
and play Shinobi Boys because this shit looks great.
The demo was good.
Yeah,
I just never got around to
Yeah.
picking it up.
yeah. It's a weird one. It's not been on any service or anything like that, is it? Um,
No, not yet.
no, and that's the thing. It's also it and Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound also look quite good as well. So which one did you get of the two?
Yeah, and obviously Ragebound is now on Game Pass, so
Yeah, that is the thing that is now on the old Game Pass. That one, so that would be maybe a slightly more tempting one. Sort of thing for me because it is on that, but who knows? And then sticking to Game Pass. Game Pass is now part of Discord Nitro. You get a starter pack. It's got 50 games on it. Um, you can download on your Xbox and that. You must obviously link your Xbox and your Discord and stuff like that. And it also gives you 10 hours of cloud streaming a month as well. So don't even need an Xbox. Everything's an Xbox. So, but if you're someone that hasn't got an Xbox but you use Discord and got Discord, Nitro, and you get the Start Edition, you can play 10 hours of games, Craig, a month. via cloud.
Yeah, probably not for me at all. But cool that it's an option for people, right?
Yes. Dave, any thoughts?
Yeah,
You're the sort of person that might have Discord Nitro. I don't even know
no,
how I could tell.
Nitro is one of the things they actually gave away Nitro with Game Pass for a while. So like, I think you
Right.
get 3 months of Nitro with Game Pass. So it's a bit of a cross. It just seems like it's one of those cross subscription deals that these companies do from time to time. Doesn't really apply for us, I don't think. But again, if you have one service and you get to try the other one, that's great. But yeah, it's not. I don't really think it's for us.
No. No. And then the last bit of news, Harada, the godfather of Tekken, he's left Namco, I think about a year ago and stuff. He's opened a new studio in Tokyo called VS Studio under the SNK umbrella, DB.
Well, yeah, because everyone assumed he was retiring, right? But it just looks like that he's been tempted out by the gods of fighting games, SNK. So yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what a Harada
Not that. Do you mean that solely money?
Well, that's Saudi money as well, Pengi. But yeah, I do wonder what a SNK Harada combined game is. Is he going to make a 3D fighter like Tekken, which he probably would, right? 'Cause that's what he knows. Is he going to make something for the new Neo Geo AES Plus, Pengi? Who knows? But
I don't.
but yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's cool that he's still in gaming because obviously Tekken is a very good game, and he is, as you say, the father of said game. But yeah, be interested to see what he makes, Pengi.
Yeah, what would you want him to make? Do you want to make him do you want a Fatal Fury? Do you want a King of Fighters? Do you want a Samurai Showdown? New IP? A Gal Fighters?
I don't know. I think it's one of those. I think Art of Fighting could probably do with a bit of a revival, but King of Fighters is just a compilation of all the characters from the other games. So if he's like, oh, I've got this idea for a game, this can be a new game for the next, like a new set of characters for the new King of Fighters. That makes sense. Again, if he's got the backing to do what he wants to do, you never know. Like I said, the Tekken games are
Capcom on the phone and we get Capcom versus SNK.
Again, yeah, I haven't done that for a while, have they? But yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's interesting to see what he does, but you've got to obviously take the caveat as this sounds very familiar to Nagoshi from Ragagoku Studios. And that ended in tears, didn't it? So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that did end in tears over in China. Craig, I guess you don't want any fighting game coming back. Maybe a fighting game that would get you points in Fantasy Critic, but that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is all the news.
There we go. A 52-minute Pengles news desk. What more can the people want? So no topic of the week, topic of the show this week, because obviously that's the news. So we're going to get into what we've been buying and playing. Craigo, we haven't heard from you for a little bit, so what have you been buying and playing this week?
So, playing, I have finished Mario Wonder, boys.
Woohoo!
Did that a couple of nights ago. It's very good. I love it. I spoke about it a lot the last few weeks. I've been playing it bits and pieces here and there. It's been my main Switch 2 game. And yeah, it's very good. I really did enjoy it. I haven't done any of the Secret World stuff yet. I did try one of them. But the weird problem I have with it is I started one of them that I'd already locked in one of the worlds, and I was like, I have to go see how hard it is. The one I did was pretty tough, and I was trying to do it handheld on the Switch 2, which isn't the most, comfortable, ergonomic device in the world. Let's be honest, for hard precision platforming. So I kind of just I kind of left it there because that's just how I play Switch now, is pretty much just in bed handheld. I very, very rarely actually play it docked on the TV, which I feel like I probably would need to play it docked with the Pro controller to stand a proper chance of doing these, in all honesty. So I might give it a go at some point, maybe do the odd one here and there. To try and do them, but yeah, trying to do them handheld, these tiny little Joy-Cons in your hand wrapped around the screen was proving difficult. Let's say, making what was already challenging even more challenging. So I might go back to them at some point, but what I played of the base game and finished the base game, very much enjoyed, boys. And then I've been playing. So I finished Pragmata, boys.
Woo.
I think I did that on the same day as Mario Wonder. So I finished that. Did the final boss. Did the bit after the final boss, boys, which is great, right? I won't spoil anything, but it's a very nice little blowout. And then I was like, oh, well, there's these extra bits and they're all unlocked. I was like, can I be bothered to do them? And I know Dave's done them, Pengi didn't. And I was like, let's have a look. Let's see what I got to do here. And like, I had a little look, I had a little go, and I was like, oh, well, in fairness, I've already done all the collectibles in the first area and the last area, so I'd already unlocked those pods. And I was like, well, I was at 90% on the other 3 areas. I've only got the last bosses again. I haven't got to do the whole levels. So I went through that, did that. Didn't really have too much problem with the collectibles or the normal bosses in the levels. In fact, some of the redoing some of the bosses in levels was like comically easy. So I guess it's because I was just pretty overpowered. Like I think the worm one you do in the mole level in level 4, in the mine level, sorry. I literally beat it in like 30 seconds because I just hit it with the overdrive, and I had my shotgun like fully leveled up and just ran straight up to its mouth and was just like blasting it like round after round after round with my shotgun. I just did like insane damage straight away. So that was pretty comical. So I've done that. Done the pods that you done unlock. They aren't too bad. They're pretty fun. They're very kind of similar to the training sims I found. Maybe a bit longer and a bit more to them, which is pretty cool. And then you've got the final boss to do again, like the enhanced version. This I did think was pretty hard. I did try I'd seen online that there was like a way of like choosing it before, and I was trying to get that to work just because I am shameless, boys. I am absolutely shameless. I saw there's a way to kill it without even firing a weapon in like 30 seconds. I tried getting that to work a few times. I couldn't get that to work. I don't know if I was just too slow or doing it wrong, or had it set up wrong. So I did end up firing it properly in the end. It took a few goes. Let's put it that way. A few is generous for me. It took a few goes. There was a few times where I got it right down, and I was like, "Oh, I've done it," and then it would just hit me with like something, and I'd bounce into another attack, and I'd be in the air getting bounced into another one, and suddenly I'm dead, and I'd be like, motherfucker. I was so close. But yeah, I eventually did it again. The little bit of story you get for doing it, all that is pretty pointless, to be honest with you. Like,
When I
get
saw
it.
that, I was like, I can't be bothered to go, because I was missing a lot of collectibles and stuff. Even though I thought I was doing quite well, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got 88% on this. How much am I actually missing? Oh, I'm missing like 10 collectibles in this area. You had that from 7 areas. Oh, it's like 70 odd. It's like, for what you got, I didn't think it was worth doing.
No, it's one of those. If you're doing it for that, it's not worth it, absolutely. But for the bonus content and the fun of it, I think it definitely is. For me, and I think they did it in they did it in a way which like made me want to do it, as opposed to like something like Silent Hill F earlier I played earlier in the year, where it was like, right, I've got to replay the whole game 3 times, and I'm gonna have to follow a guide and to get these very exact locations for these collectibles and these maps and all this, and it's like, well, I can't be bothered with that. Whereas just like, oh, this is just a couple of hours extra and pretty fun to do in all honesty. So very much enjoyed that. That's Pragmata done now. Probably need to get that solved now, boys, right?
Absolutely.
Need to get the Chris Pengi efficiency out of selling that. But yeah, I absolutely love Pragmata. Very, very good. Capcom can do no wrong, right, boys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are the kings at the moment.
Yeah. And then the only other thing I've been playing is Mixtape, which I have now finished.
Woo!
And have started again, because I was like, well, I think I'm going to go for the completion.
Nice.
Why not? My Macca's got a guide out. It's 3 hours. I've got Macca on the go. I've got the game on the go. The music's going. I'm having a pretty good time doing it again. I like the game a lot. I think I like the way it's kind of unique in the way that it's like a 3 hour game, but I don't know. There's like 30 chapters or something like that, right, Pengi? Because
Yeah,
every
28.
chapter is just a song, essentially.
28 tracks.
Yeah, which is quite a cool way of doing it. The music is very good. The visuals are phenomenal. It's got a very cool art style. It's got that like stop motion
Yeah, when you're
animation.
when you actually are playing the game and you're walking around as Rockford and stuff like that, especially like the skateboarding and the flying bits, it's definitely got that clay like stop motion anim thing.
Yeah, I mean, you say when you're at a ship, I feel like you are like interacting with it pretty much
Yeah.
non-stop. In all honesty, I don't really get why they're getting that treatment and like other games that are very similar
It's because people
haven't.
gave it 10s, Craig. That's why it's getting shit on.
Mhm.
If it was 9s,
Yeah.
people would be kicking off. I reckon. That's my theory.
Yeah, because like I say, it just plays like similar to a lot of other games. It feels in some places a little bit like Sword of the Sea. I find that there's bits when you're doing the floating bit through the field, playing you the music, and you're like, oh, this is very reminiscent of like Sea last year, and it's got like little bits and pieces from a lot of games. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's like a 10 out of 10, but I think it's very, very good, in all honesty. It's very enjoyable for what it is. I'm glad that
You
they...
can tell Deirdre worked tomorrow because I thought it was really, really good. He needs to play it, and it's most probably a game for his girlfriend. And he's like, oh, I might wait for Craig's review because I know what you're like, Bengals. So now you
Yeah,
can tell him that they most really will go play it.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's very, very good. I think the music says some of the music we knew about before. Like we knew there was Iggy Pop in there and some Smashing Pumpkins, but some David Gray in there, Dave. I enjoyed that. That's great.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Threw that in. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, the music section is very good. I'm sure if I go onto Spotify now, someone has already made the playlist on here for the game, and I will be checking that out because it is very, very good. Like I'm glad they took their time with it and they were able to take their time with it. As annoying as it is, and that I could have had big points on that for fantasy last year. It's cool that, like I said, they could really kind of polish it out and get it looking as just shiny and as brilliant as it is. And I think it's pretty impressive as well that they managed to get like all these these rights to these big bands and big songs for like a small indie studio, because we know that is difficult, right?
I mean, it's got quite a big publisher. Annapurna
Yeah.
is not a tiny publisher, is it?
No,
It's not.
but
like,
then
like, it's an indie game, but it's not. Let's not kid around the block here. It's not like a one-man team, is it?
Mm.
no, but then I do wonder how much of an input would like Annapurna have to them actually making the game. I don't know.
I think for licensing, they probably paid a fairly big. They probably went, "Hey, can you try and get us these people?" And they were like, "We will try."
Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very cool. I've enjoyed it a lot. And that is it for me, boys.
So I guess the question for you, Craig, you've played and finished Super Mario Wonder. So question? Actually, got two questions. Question one: what's the next Switch 2 game then, or slash Switch 1 game? Because you can play Switch 1 games on the Switch 2. You could suddenly go and buy Super Mario Odyssey, for instance. So what's next for Switch? Well, for you?
I think for what's next for me on the Switch, I think I'm going to try that Monster Hunter Stories demo.
Nice.
I'm really keen to give that a go. I know you think very, very highly of it.
Yeah, it's still currently my game of the year.
It looked very, very good from what we've seen. So, like what we've seen in trailers and all that jazz. I know Deirdre and Work's been playing the old ones, and he absolutely loves them. So yeah, I'm very keen to give that demo a go and see if I like that or not. Because it does the progress carries over and all that jazz. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to. I've already got it downloaded. So I want to give that a little play. I don't know do we know how long the demo is or anything like that?
It's about 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a fairly long
that's
to be fair.
yeah, that's pretty good in fairness. So yeah, I will have a good bash on that, and then if I do like that, then I might not be picking that up for the old Switch 2.
Cool. And I did have your second question, but I also realised what's out on Tuesday, and that'll be the next game you're actually playing. So,
Yes.
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 Nice, Craig. Well, I'll go next. We'll save Pengi for last because obviously he's played the new game that's coming out on Tuesday, so we can talk about that. As for pickups, Craigo, I've done a bit of a Pengals here.
Right.
This is more than Penguins,
This is more. So I got into the Steam controller line, so I thought, fuck it, I'll buy one. So I bought one. It turned up. It's okay. It doesn't work with Game Pass and stuff, right? So I was like, oh,
I said it would. I knew that would happen.
yeah,
I
you can like you go around it, but I was like, it's an Xbox controller's fun. I was like, I wonder what it's like on eBay. So I put it on eBay, Craigo, and I made double what I paid for it in 21 minutes. So,
Really?
yeah,
Nice.
so I sold it for 100.
So you're a scalper, Dave, is what you are.
I am. It's funny because obviously I've opened it, so like I'm not a proper scalper. But the person that wanted to buy it messaged me. Was like, oh, "Why are you selling it?" And I was like, "Honestly, I don't need it." I was like, "I bought it because you can't try it unless you buy it, right?" And I was like, "It's okay. I'd rather play an Xbox controller." I was like, "If you like Steam, it'll be good for you." But I'm not fussed, like honestly. So they bought it. So that's gone. That's sold, and the money's in the account. So that's that. That's the only purchase. Much like Craigo, I have finished Pragmata as well. I did absolutely everything apart from the insane run. That's the only in-game achievement I am missing. And I played it all the way through on Switch 2. I didn't once think about the way it looked or played. It was great the whole way through. So if you only have a Switch 2 of the modern consoles and you want to play Pragmata, I would recommend playing Pragmata on Switch 2. It's a great game. Probably my game of the year currently, I think. I don't think I've played anything anywhere near as good as Pragmata, but we will see on Tuesday, Craigo. There's that, and then any other things on Switch 2. Super Mario Galaxy 1 is part of my backlog challenge, so I've been going back to that. I'm on 35 Power Stars, Pengi.
Nice.
Really great game. It's very Wii-y, so I wouldn't recommend it for Craig. I think the fact that we know that it's a Wii game, we kind of get over the Wii stuff of like gyro pointing at the TV and that, whereas I don't think for anyone new it's fun. But yeah, it's still a good game for what it is. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I picked up in a sale a couple of weeks ago on Switch 2. Really impressed by the demo, so I was like, oh, I'll pick that up. I haven't played it since it came out. And it's really good on Switch 2. It's definitely a version that I can recommend to people if you see it cheap, like I did. And yeah, that is all I have played, Pengi.
Nice.
So
Are you going to buy Rebirth? Because you played Rebirth on PlayStation, didn't like it because it's big open world and stuff like that.
I think playing it handheld gives it a better chance, Pengi. I think being able to play the big open world stuff in bed while there's a movie or a podcast on is probably more likely. Because yeah, the open world stuff is kind of bland in that game from what I play. Certainly the early stuff. So yeah, I'm willing to give it a second go. I played the demo a couple of weeks ago, and it was really good on Switch 2. So like, in terms of how it runs, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I think if I finish Remake and Integrate and really enjoy it, I have a feeling that it's going to be pretty cheap, pretty quick on Switch 2 to keep it in line with everything else. So I probably will pick up, not at launch, but it's probably one of those that in a couple of months when there's a gap.
I guess also with like obviously playing Remake at the moment, and obviously we're only like 3 weeks away from all the summer game things. I'm feeling in my bones that Part 3 is going to be at the Xbox show, so you could be like all excited. You finish Remake, Part 3 is coming. You go buy Rebirth.
I think Part 3 is going to be multi-plat. I think it will be.
Yeah, it will be multi-plat.
Either
I think
an Xbox show or a Nintendo show.
Yeah, I just feeling is my gut feeling is going to be at Xbox, but obviously it will be on everything. So you buy it on your Switch too, and continue the trilogy and finish it there.
Yes, for sure. And the save stuff carries over. So if you've got a save from one game and the demos, you get bonuses in game. So I would recommend.
Nice.
But what have you been buying and playing, Mr. Pengelly?
So pickups. I got one. Well, technically, I guess I got two pickups. I got one physical pickup, and that's Digimon Story Time Stranger. So, yeah, 'cause they haven't put the like little code on things. So it's Digimon Story Time Stranger, not Story Time Stranger. But I picked that up on PS5. I paid 28 quid for it. Because if you, we've talked about this, like, I'm kind of thinking about picking this up on Switch 2 because it's coming to Switch 2, but it's like 50, 60 quid on Switch 2. I got it for 28 quid on PS5. I can play it on Portal if I want to play handheld. So that's the thing. But I've not played any of it yet. But I have got that. So that is the physical pickup. And then for played on PS4. Obviously, I'm playing it on PS5 Pro, but it's a PS4 game. Um, I started Gravity Rush 2, which is obviously on my backlog challenge, which you picked for me, Davey. Because I wasn't really sure what do I play because I just finished 2 games. It's like it's about a week until like the next big game coming. What do I play in between it? So Gravity Rush 2, I started. I started a new save. I was only on episode 1 on my previous save. But I was like, I couldn't remember of what was happening and stuff, so I started a new save. My first lot of trophies from back when I obviously played it was for 2020, and I had 2 trophies, and now I got trophies from 2026. And I think the game came out before 2020. I can't
Yeah.
even know when the game
I
came
think
out.
it was
Dave. When did it?
2018 or 19. I'm
I
pretty
I
sure.
need to look that up then. It came out in 2017, so it was
Oh,
on my shelf
Jesus.
for 3 years before I unlocked the trophy
Oh,
in
Pengi.
2020. And I had 2 trophies, and I just unlocked some more trophies in 2026, 6 years later, for Gravity Rush 2. This is what definition of a backlog game, I think, considering how long it's been in my backlog. It's been there nearly 10 years. Be 10 years?
Standard
2027.
Pengi action.
Yes. But I have actually played PlayStation since I've played 5 hours, but again, I had my previous save and stuff like that. I think in game for this save file was about 3.5, 4 hours off the top of my head. But like the camera's a little awkward and stuff, obviously with the gravity stuff and like you moving cat around and like the camera and it's like, oh no, you're now looking at you're stuck in the environment, sort of thing. But some of the textures is a little bit drab as well, but again, it's a PS4 game. I'm playing on the PS, Pro. Just trying to do some upscaling. There's an upscaling option in the Pro settings and stuff like that. I'm in the second location, which is more of like a proper hub town. And that's more bright and colourful than more of the Gravity Rush I remember from playing on Vita and the first one's remaster sort of thing. It's on my backlog challenge. Obviously, will try to finish it. I have started it now, so I am much more likely finish it than I was in 2020 sort of thing. So that is one game that I played. Sticking with PlayStation, played a PS5 game, and it's obviously the big one, which is kind of hinted at earlier. Is Saros. I finished Saros. Yeah, guys, it took me 22 hours.
Nice.
How was it, Pengi? Did you
It was
enjoy your 22 hours?
Yes, it was pretty great. I had 72% of the trophies, but I looked at the rest of the trophies and I was like, I am hopeless with the shotgun. I am not getting that shotgun trophy, for instance, sort of thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The story's really good and stuff like that. It kind of, even though it's a roguelike and stuff like that, because of all the upgrades you get, stuff like that, it kind of ends up being like a normal shooter, but obviously much more fast paced with all the bullets and stuff coming at you, and obviously all the dodging and stuff like that thing. Sort of thing, and then obviously die, you lose some of your Lucenite, which to upgrade your skill tree and stuff like that. Which obviously, if you don't die in a run, you keep all your Lucenite, and then you can obviously get more upgrades than that. Sort of thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The boss fights are all really cool. I had 2 bits that I was really stuck on. It was the second biome, which I feel I was on the second biome for hours. By 22 hours, I feel 2, maybe 3 of the 22 hours is on the second biome. Um, sort of thing. And then the last biome, biome 8, sort of thing, where you lose your second chance ability, where you obviously died, you come right back, you lose that in the biome 8. So it's like, ah, damn, getting closer to the boss or something, and you do die and thing. But that's in like any game. If you died in Pragmata, you had to go do stuff you've already done, sort of thing. So it's obviously just the environment changed and your gun was less powerful, etc. in your second run and as Saros once you've died. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's obviously it does finish after X3, but it's an epilogue. But it's like compared to Pragmata, it's like a proper full on like 2 hours more and different stuff and whole new cutscenes and plot points and stuff like that. Is yes, I enjoy my time with it. It's not like I said, my game of the year is still Monster Hunter. Definitely like in the top 5 this year, but I know some people who have like played it and like this is amazing. How is it going to be topped this year sort of thing? So that was the PlayStation Land. Then over on PC, I also played and finished Mixtape. I played it on the day it came out. Played it for the almost 3.5 hours straight, sort of thing. It was great. I loved it. I think all the music in it is so good, and like the thing, and it's like especially when Touch plays from like the Transformer movie. It's like I know that song is from Transformers, the movie, and obviously the director's called Johnny Gravitron. Obviously, he's using that as his last name as his director and stuff like that. Yes, I get this. And it's like how it's all introduced and Rockford introduced. It's like this is like Ferris Bueller Day Off, and I can like get the like coming of age John Hughes vibes from the movie and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, this is great. No wonder it's got tens from everyone and sort of thing. Yeah, I really liked it. I guess it also really helped us, like, playing Saros, a hard game for 22 hours, like a 3 hour game like Mixtape, worked really well. I don't know if you had the same, Craig. Obviously, playing Pragmata, then playing Mixtape afterwards.
Yeah, especially after that enhanced final boss again. It was. I very much needed something that wasn't, banging the head against the wall for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I definitely found that in Biomate in Saros. And it's like, especially the second time around, it's like, I've already done this once. I got to do it again for the epilogue. It's like, oh yeah, this mixtape. I can just like sit here and hang out with these guys and listen to cool music and all that good stuff. And then also on PC, which I realised after I was going to ask Craig's second question on what's his next big game he's playing after Pragmata, the mixtape that isn't on Switch. It's obviously also Horizon 6, which is standard release, comes out Tuesday. But I went on a website and bought a premium upgrade cheaper for 40 quid. And I did that. I'm playing the through Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass on PC with the upgrade, which you get the 4-day access. Or you can move to New Zealand and get 5 days early access, Craig, which someone might have done.
Absolutely.
I've played 5 hours so far of Forza Horizon 6. It's very good. It is very good. Now, at the moment, I've still not got obviously the cool new environments and stuff like that, and new tracks, new cars, all that. I still not got like the Japan of it, if that makes sense. But I haven't done any like the jobs and stuff like that, which I feel they're always better. Like in Forza Horizon 4, the UK one, where they added like the Top Gear. Was it Top Gear jobs? Like a Top Gear story, and then they had James Bond, obviously very British and stuff like that. I feel once I've done some of them, it will become more Japanese, if that makes sense. At the moment, it's like I'm doing races in new environments. Obviously, the new environment is cool, and obviously the racing is great and stuff like that. Driving around in my cool Mazda 5 I've got in the game, which I just got from driving around, and it's actually on for sale on like the side of the road. It's like Anna, the car thing. It's like, do you want to buy this car? And like, yes, I will buy that car, and they just jump in it and drive, sort of thing. Yeah, so I've got my green wristband. I think I just done which is the second wristband. Like I said, I haven't touched any of the story. I've just been doing like the races. I've got 2 houses because I've obviously got the upgrade. I've got the £3 million house already, and there's one you got near the start with like a story house with like the main character that like invites you to Horizon in Japan. So I've got 2 houses. I've got no barn finds, but I've got 2 of the treasure cars. So you got 2 types of like barn finds now. You got the ones actually in the barn. You got like these treasure cars where it's like again on the side of the road. You can like get them. The ones you don't actually buy them, you just like unlock them. I got 2 of them, and there's like a few other things like you're just driving around. It's like, oh, there's just a time attack circuit. You can just drive on it and do your lap, and you get your time. And there's like I got an achievement again. I get the achievements actually prop up properly in this game. Um, this is actually how I noticed the achievements changed. Like, oh yeah, I've done this time attack with a track toy car, and I've actually got an achievement pop up with that. I just drove around and got that. Obviously hitting the bonus boards. There's mascots. So in like Tokyo, it's that I can't know. It's like the ice cream things that are like in Monster Hunter Rise, Dave, that are on the stick. There's like the free of ball things.
Nice. Off the top of my head, I don't know what you mean.
No, you would know. And like some places like ice cream and like pea shoots. There's like different regions. You've got like different mascots you can run over and you get like XP. There's also 2 progress bars. You got the wristbands, which is like the races and you're going up thing, like so. And then you got stamps, which actually got the second one of them, and that's like doing stuff in Japan. I feel once I've started doing the jobs and stuff, I unlock more of that. So it feels like there's going to be a lot of content and a lot of stuff to do. So like, even if you two both obviously waiting till Tuesday. Now, I think even though I'm going to be like ahead of you, I don't feel like it's going to be a massive, huge like a leap in front of you because of like all the content that's most probably in the game and stuff you can do. So yes, I'm enjoying it so far, and like I said, I am playing it on PC, so it's all good.
Lovely, Pengi. Well, that is the show. So
Hmm.
thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.